Last year's Sonic X Shadow Generation set a new standard for 3D Sonic games, especially in the level design, and particularly in the Shadow Generations portion of the package. But what of the games that released previously? Well, it seems like an opportune occasion to talk about the Blue Blur's best, at least in 3 dimensions. These 5 3D Sonic the Hedgehog games are my absolute favorites thus far, offering superb gameplay, lovely levels, and are just overall, as total packages, engaging and enjoyable ROMs. Yes, to be on my list of favorites, a game can't only be half a great Sonic experience and middling everywhere else. Not naming any names though.
You've really gone and done it this time.
That notwithstanding, let's boost our way into the countdown of the top 5 3D Sonic the Hedgehog games. Sonic entered a new frontier, both figuratively and literally, with his most recent 3D adventure, that of the open world format. Sonic Frontiers took the Blue Blur to new heights through 5 unique open world locations unlocked one after the other, offering plentiful amounts of platforming, exploration, and enemies to dispatch. Not to fully ignore its roots, however, Sonic Frontiers also featured more traditional, straightforward boost levels in cyberspace area forms, located in various portals scattered around the game's islands. Between the epic gargantuan bosses and mini-bosses standing in Sonic's way, an immense roster of moves to learn and master, and copious amounts of content for players to spin their way through, Sonic Frontiers was an excellent new foundation for the franchise, and one that I hope Sonic Team builds off of for future installments. Though, I wouldn't mind less genre shifts with the gameplay. Sorry pinball and shoot 'em up fans. In 1999, with the launch of Sega's Dreamcast, the original Sonic Adventure laid the successful foundation for many of the 3D Sonic games that followed. The direct sequel of that game, Sonic Adventure 2, took that foundation and literally ran with it, offering an abundant amount of content and gameplay while removing superfluous elements such as the hub worlds in order to streamline the experience. Instead of 6 characters each with their own unique gameplay types, the half-dozen characters still remained, but they were spread across a more reasonable 3 gameplay styles, meaning that these were more nuanced in feel and design, though still somewhat problematic at times. There were your standard speedy Sonic and Shadow levels, incidentally sporting some of the most memorable levels in Sonic series history. There were levels where Tails or Dr. Eggman piloted mechs, locking onto and blasting away at foes, all while engaging in some platforming shenanigans. And there were treasure hunting levels where Knuckles and then newcomer Rouge the Bat moved through 3D environments searching for pieces of the Master Emerald. Combine these 2 stories, the hero and the dark sides, and a highly addicting Child Garden attraction with mini-games, and you have a popular game within the Sonic fandom. And for good reason. No doubt, most Sonic fans unfortunately won't have the opportunity to touch the number 3 game on my list, Sonic Dream Team, a game currently exclusive to Apple Arcade subscriptions. Needless to say, hope that changes in the near future as Sonic Dream Team plays and handles like a what's the word I'm looking for here? Anyway, Sonic Dream Team delivers an immense amount of colorful levels to run through and explore, as well as 6 playable characters that, once unlocked, can be switched between on the fly to access new areas of levels. Sonic and Amy are the speedsters and can light dash through trails of rings, while Tails and Cream have the power of flight bestowed upon them, whereas Knuckles and Rouge can glide and climb specific walls. Between the main acts, the sub-acts that served as timed obstacle courses of sorts, and the rather enjoyable boss battles, Sonic Dream Team utterly surprised me with its quality. It's the type of 3D Sonic experience that shouldn't languish on a subscription-based service, as it's the real deal with few frustrations to speak of. After Sonic Team tripped themselves up with the Werehog mechanic in Sonic Unleashed, The team's next title managed to be a seriously good game, and that's without any asterisks like seriously good for a Sonic game. It was just seriously good in general. Sonic Colors saw an impressive blend of 3D Sonic with some 2.5D design brought in for pleasant measure. Even the new mechanic featured in Sonic Colors, Wisps, proved to be a successful addition this time around rather than a hindrance to the gameplay. In fact, Wisps lent themselves well to the overall game, allowing Sonic a myriad of powers and abilities based on the Wisp type, from the point-and-shoot laser to the drill baby drill power of the, well, drill. The level design featured a mix of short and sweet levels as well as lengthier traditional affairs. Even with the inclusion of Wisps, Sonic Colors felt like classic Sonic put into 3D form. It gave players tightly designed levels, a wonderful setting to enjoy in Dr. Eggman's interstellar amusement park, and a nice chunk of challenge to contend with. With both 2D and 3D gameplay to be entertained by, Sonic Colors is without a doubt one of my favorite 3D Sonic games. Double your amount of Sonics, double your amount of fun. A 3D Sonic the Hedgehog game that served as an exclamation point to the Blue Blur's 20th anniversary. Sonic Generations brought the worlds of classic Sonic and modern Sonic together into one stellar and speedy experience. Together, the two Sonics trekked and sped through familiar zones from pretty much every major past Sonic game, from Sonic 1 all the way to Sonic Colors, for 9 zones with 2 acts total, 1 act for each version of Sonic. Save for a rather wet fart of a final boss, Sonic Generations was a wonderful love letter to Sonic series fans, many who had been disappointed time and time again by Sonic Team's previous efforts for one reason or another. Thankfully, this effort was hardly a disappointment, offering mostly 2D gameplay with classic Sonic and more 3D style gameplay with modern Sonic. Whichever Sonic was controlled by the player, they were going to get a highly capable, highly competent, super satisfying Sonic the Hedgehog game more than worthy of the 20th anniversary. Now that we've put on some speed shoes and run through my list of favorite 3D Sonic games together, I'm eager to hear from you. Which 5 3D Sonic games are your absolute favorites? Hit me up in the comments section below to let me know. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Either way, have yourselves a super Sonic day.